What's going on, guys? It's Jimmy here, and we got some major stuff happening right now all across the country. We're going to jump right in. This is literally just country-changing stuff here. We'll go to the Senate race, which has been declared. We also got some major Trump organization stuff that they have been found guilty on all charges. We'll talk about what this means here for former President Donald Trump as well, and several different things to discuss here in this video for you. So if you're new to the channel, make sure to click the subscribe button down below. I'll keep you up to date here with everything going on here in our country on a daily basis. And also thanks so much for liking and sharing. Let's jump right in. Okay, Senator Raphael Warnock and both Ossoff win in Georgia, handing the Democrats Senate control as opposed to a potential 50-50 tie, with the vice president having to make tiebreaker control. This comes as Raphael Warnock has been declared the winner over Herschel Walker, the Republican candidate. Here is what Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer had to say here today. Take a listen.
He was just a person who had great faith. He had great strength. He had great conviction. He had great caring. He's a unique man who has a great future. And I was brought to tears last night watching him tell his story and his concluding line in the sentence where he talked about his mom. And he said she grew up in the 50s picking someone else's cotton and somebody else's tobacco. And last night, this is so touching. Every time I read it, I get choked up. Last night, she helped pick her son to be a United States Senator, only in America.
Yeah, Raphael Warnock is actually a reverend, so he does a little bit of double duty there, actually. You can see here, Warnock's win in Georgia gives Senator Joe Manchin and Kyrsten Sinema far less power over Biden's agenda, albeit a little bit differently because Republicans will be controlling the House. So definitely a different situation. Remember that Joe Manchin and Kyrsten Sinema will be up for re-election next election cycle. So basically in about 2 years, a little bit less than 2 years. So we will see if their reckoning day comes or not, if they get reelected or not in the next election cycle in 2024. So you guys can let me know your thoughts here in the comment section. But as I kind of thought what was going to happen here, Democrats did retain the Senate. It was just a simple mathematic probability. There was like twice as many Republicans that were up for re-election in the Senate than there were Democrats. Remember that only about a third of senators are up for re-election in any given cycle because senators serve 6-year terms. 6-year terms. And also remember here that the Republicans needed to win 51 seats, where the Democrats only needed to win 50 seats to win control this year. So mathematically, it was just a lot harder for the Republicans to win the Senate this time around. And again, no matter what party you're from, it was just a mathematical odds. And the Democrats actually took over 1 seat this time around. Now, next time around, I don't know who's up for re-election. I haven't counted them all or anything next time around. But because a lot of Republican seats were up for re-election this time around, maybe next time around that the majority of Democratic seats are up for re-election. So it might be easier for the Republicans to maybe win. And also the presidential seat will be up for re-election next time around too. So that's up for grabs as well. And also, according to polls, Republicans were pretty heavily favored to win the House, and that did hold true this time around. I know a lot of people are sometimes weary of polls, but this time around, the polls did hold kind of true. So, people were talking about the red wave, the red wave, the red wave. It did kind of hold true in the House. I mean, they did win the House. but they didn't win the Senate. I always thought that the Senate was not really going to go red just because of the mathematical odds. It was just a much longer shot for them to retain all those red seats and then take over Democratic seats as well and win more than 50 because they had to win 51 where Democrats only had to win 50. So, but next time around, Joe Manchin and Kyrsten Sinema are up for re-election. So we will see. We will see. It's going to be a little more of an uphill battle for both of them. Now, the Trump Organization, Trump companies convicted on all charges in Manhattan criminal tax fraud case. There's a whole slew of charges that they were found guilty on. You can see here a Manhattan jury on yesterday convicted 2 of former President Donald Trump's companies, Trump Organization, on all charges in a criminal tax fraud scheme, adding new complications to the many investigations and legal matters shadowing his third presidential campaign. The Trump Corporation was found guilty on all 9 criminal counts, and the Trump Payroll Corporation was also found guilty on all 8 criminal counts. The charges included conspiracy, a scheme to defraud, and 3 counts of criminal tax fraud for each company. And you know, these companies bear his actual name, Trump Corporation and Trump Payroll Corporation. You guys can let me know your thoughts on this. The companies face criminal penalties of up to $1.6 million. The trial judge, Manhattan Supreme Court Justice Juan Merchan, said the verdict that the companies would be sentenced on January 13th. Manhattan District Attorney Alvin Brigg, whose office brought the charges, said the verdict was consequential and invoking the slogan he has given his office, added it underscores that here in Manhattan we have one standard of justice for all. Yeah, and that the defense attorney Alan Futeres said he was, quote, sure the verdict would be appealed, and that's probably almost assured. This could potentially keep the case in courts all the way until Trump's 2024 campaign, possibly alongside the federal investigation of the documents found in Trump's Mar-a-Lago estate. But, quote, symbolically, it's awful, and that Trump was well aware and approved of, you know, what was going on at the corporation. Also here today, Trump's lawyers hire an outside team to search his properties, 4 different properties, for more classified info that they're not even sure that they may have at different properties. They're hiring an outside team to look for them to see if there's more classified documents that they may have. The team of 2 searched Trump Tower in New York, the Bedminster Golf Club, and 2 other properties amid lingering concerns from the Justice Department that not all documents had been returned to the federal government. The 4 searches, which were carried out in recent weeks, were overseen by Trump's legal team, the sources said. Trump's attorneys offered to let federal investigators observe the search at his Bedminster property, but that offer was declined. Given the Justice Department's response, Trump's lawyers did not make a similar offer for the search of the other properties. It would be highly unusual for the Justice Department to observe searches that aren't conducted by law enforcement. The department declined to comment. Time magazine has announced their Person of the Year, and it is Ukrainian President Zelensky. and also the spirit of Ukraine and the Ukrainian people are Time Magazine's 2022 Person of the Year. And my, what a year they have been through. Thousands and thousands of people have been lost, and they continue to go through almost daily attacks, apartment buildings, hospitals, schools, and a lot of it's just through long-range missile attacks from all the way over from Russia, just being shot hundreds or thousands of miles even, and not even with, just troop-to-troop combat, just being shot all the way over from Russia. We showed a picture here yesterday of a picture of just one city of rockets that were fired on one city, the city of Kharkiv. This is just one city of rockets that were fired at this one city, Kharkiv. An insane photo that they, because you got to think about it. They just piled up these rockets of just this one area, which one city. It's been confirmed this is just in the city of Kharkiv, which is the second largest city in Ukraine, I believe. And you can see here just the sheer amount of missiles and rockets, and also presumably these are the ones that weren't fully destroyed, you would think. So really, you would think there would also have been more than that. Imagine if you lived there. Sheer, just a terrifying thought to think that that's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. Also, the thing that kind of, I don't know, I don't even know the words for it, is that Ukraine can't actually attack Russia back on their territory. Just because of, if they do, Russia will fire nukes at them and start a nuclear World War III. So Ukraine's basically not even allowed to, or, I mean, pretty much the rest of the world has said, don't fire back at Russia, because if you do, Russia has 6,000 nukes, and Russia has publicly said if they attack us single time on our land, on Mother Russia, that we're gonna start shooting nukes at them. But literally, you see the amount of missiles and rockets that they're shooting at a single city, and this is happening all across Ukraine. Imagine if you lived there, what life would be like. And remember that there was 45 million people that lived in Ukraine when the war started. There's been a couple million people that have fled, and who knows how many people have been injured or literally died, including civilians. So, unbelievable. We're going to be going into 2023, and hopefully this can be put to an end. So you can let me know your thoughts here. Also, I want to wish a happy birthday to my wife's mother, Lynn. Happy birthday. It's her birthday today. We're going to be doing a special dinner with her today. And yeah, happy birthday, Lynn. I know she watches the show all the time. So, and also I want to wish a happy early Christmas, Merry Christmas, Happy Kwanzaa, happy early holidays, Happy Hanukkah, whatever Christmas holidays you're celebrating here. Remember, we're going to be giving cash away to a bunch of our viewers if you can guess our trivia questions here. We're going to be doing them every few videos. So make sure to subscribe down below to our YouTube channel. If you haven't yet, it's completely free to do so. I'll link you to our last video. We just did another trivia question here right now. So thank you so much for liking and sharing these videos. Here is my newest video you can watch next. And here is my video with the last trivia question. So you can click on one of those videos next. Thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you in the next video.